I want to tell you quickly about our next two guests. One of them got their undergraduate degree in biology, a master's degree, I can't even read my handwriting, that's how bad I am, computational biology, does that sound right? Close enough. Another master's in mathematical modeling, did coursework to get a PhD in math as well, a PhD in molecular cellular biology, an MBA. The other is an accomplished nurse, finished an Ironman. Oh, I'm talking about the Spetzler kids, by the way. You know, who here has a child? Who here has a child that they're proud of? It gets put into perspective a little bit when you read the accomplishments of Nancy and Robert's children. Please welcome to the stage Dr. David Spetzler and Christina Spetzler Chambers.
Well, Timco, you might be my dad out of the canyon on Sunday, but I will step over you every time. I can't believe we are finally here celebrating my dad's retirement. It is hard to know where to start since he has had so many amazing accomplishments. But I must say, his two best accomplishments are standing right here on stage. Throughout my life, people have always asked me what it was like to have Dr. Spetzler as your father. Well, it has been pretty amazing. Even though he has worked hard and long hours, he's always made time for his family. We usually had dinner together, and he made most of his work trips into family trips. As many of you know, my dad's motto is work hard, play hard, and you are not playing hard if it doesn't include extreme physical exertion. Well, this motto has led to some amazing family adventures, like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Rainier, and the Grand Teton, or heli-skiing in the Canadian Rockies, hiking the Incan trails to Machu Picchu, kayaking down the Snake River, jumping into glacier lakes at the top of mountains, and so on. When I was 16, my dad taught me how to mountain bike. He started me on 3 very long Black Diamond single tracks, which we did in 4 days. Well, my bottom was so sore, I could not sit down. But I did fall in love with mountain biking. Another characteristic of my father's that I greatly admire is his ability to remain calm and collected in any type of situation. For example, my Aunt Ruth bought my dad a skydiving trip for his 70th birthday. My dad, being the generous man who he is, offered to pay for any of us who wanted to join him. So my aunt's boys, Adam and Benj, my brother David, my husband Andy, and I were all in. My dad wore his heart rate monitor for the jump. Now, I am pretty sure the people on the ground could hear me screaming when I leapt out of the plane, whereas my dad's heart rate did not exceed 77 beats per minute. I think he may have even taken a nap on his way down. People say that you learn best through modeling. What you do is more important than what you say. My father has taught me a lot through his actions. One of my favorite is how to delegate the most difficult tasks to your spouse. Thanks, Dad, and thank you, Andy. But more importantly, he has taught me not to settle when it comes to matters of the heart. My parents' love for each other has taught me what true love is. Growing up, I thought I would never get married because I knew what marriage could be like, and I was not willing to settle for less. But fortunately, I found that special someone. Dad, I have always looked up to you and admire the way you live life to the fullest. Your extreme mental and physical fitness is truly inspiring. I am so proud to be able to say that you are my father. Congratulations on your retirement and everything you have done for the field of neurosurgery. Now that you are retiring, I greatly look forward to all the extra time that you will have to watch my kids. I love you.
Very well done. So you've heard a lot about Robert Spetzler tonight as a surgeon, as a leader, as an athlete. as a scientist, as a friend. But there's something that is different in the relationship of a child to a parent. And you might think that given the nature of who he is, we grew up in a relatively competitive household, which is true. But there was an overarching theme to everything that he has ever done, and it's a theme of tolerance. And it's something that he lives, and it's something that he displays, and I would point it out as the single most important attribute of his entire existence. He can find a way to tolerate the greatest challenges. He can find a way to tolerate the worst in people in order to see the best in them. It's something that exemplifies his entire life and career, and something that I try to emulate and fail miserably at. It's something that obviously he needed in great abundance to tolerate children like he had. For any of you that know us, you'll know that there's much more truth to that than you might imagine. But one of the most important things is that with that tolerance comes trust. He has a great ability to trust people to do what is right, to rise above what they think their capabilities are, and to really push the boundaries of those around him. I would say that one of the things that makes him great is giving the gift of others the ability to be better people. And that's something that is often overlooked. I have one story that I can tell you that kind of exemplifies that for me. I had many to think about, but there's one that stands out in my mind. So when I was in high school, I maybe weighed like 100 pounds. You know, I was a scrawny little kid, but I was into rock climbing. So I challenged my father to climb the Praying Monk. It's a very easy climb, actually, but one of the attributes is that you can't see the top from the bottom. So he's belaying me from the bottom, and I go all the way up to the top, and then he's got to follow me up on the rope. Once you get about 70 to 80 feet up on the ground, you can see the person that's belaying you. He realizes that his 100-pound, scrawny little son is hanging off the side of a cliff, roped in with a couple of carabiners, holding his life in his hands. And what did he do? He smiled and kept climbing. That's the type of man that he is. And I'm very proud to have him as my father. Thank you all.
Wait, did you just say where are the shots? Like we can drink now? I love that. That's a Spetzler right there.